You pay 135K a year school fees at St. John's College for you to get a response like this.
Did he say to
And
those learners that they were doing well academically only because they sat next to white boys?
no, that was not one of the comments.
That was not one of the comments.
No.
Verbatim, please, can you tell me what he said?
That you've let the side down by doing well in the test.
Yeah, guys, St. John's College buffet to racism buffet to, what's up with schools buffet to and policing black bodies buffet to, like, it's anything, to do lomuntu omnyama buffet to must always have control over buffet to. If it's not your hair, well, maybe you're just gonna, make fun of you because, you're bright spark, you're clever black buffet, you're clever dark buffet. I have no words, for school like that, buffet. Like growing up, I went to Holy Family College in Parktown. Going past, like when I used to go to transport, I used to be like, yo, my chance, St. John's College, buffet. Like that was like, but that school was dope. It was big as hell, buffet too. But like, is that what happens under, like, behind those closed doors, buffet too? In that big school, buffet too? Is this what happens to like kids like myself, buffet too? Black kids, what happens to black kids, buffet? That you're being told that, yeah, buffet, when you're smart, so you're letting the team down, buffet. Excuse me, my nigga, we're all trying to like pass it over here, my guy. Out here, we're all trying to get this generational wealth, buffet, even though we're just generation one, buffet, here, working class parents, buffet, how is this supposed to happen if you're telling me that I'm letting the squad down, buffet, and the only good thing out of this, at least the teacher's gone, this Keith Arlo guy is out, buffet, I just don't understand how the school or the headmaster, buffet. This he always in the interviews, he's always like, we had an independent, team going to go investigate this. So you're telling me after all of that, all this money that you spend on an independent, investigator, whatever, to check if this is true or not, and he finds that this teacher, this Arlo guy, was being racist, and all you do is strip him of some of his positions, buffet, and you still allow him to cheat. Can you just imagine being the kid getting back in that class and this racist teacher is the same person who's going to teach you, buffet? He's an authority figure, buffet. You are told when you go to school that a teacher, buffet, you show respect to a teacher. This person is above you. Number one, is an older person. So how does that kid feel? That same black kid for sure, who was told that, when you're letting the team down, buffet, because you're too smart. Can you imagine him going back to class and having to be told by the same guy, I don't care what remedial action that is, buffet, that same human beings in the same room as you, buffet, the same person who told you that you're too smart for a black person, yes, you're too much, buffet, your level's above, and now this person has to teach you. Like, I really don't understand, buffet. Schools, buffet, these days have just been getting cowarted, the code of conducts that just don't make sense, buffet, to a school that doesn't have like a policy on racism. What is this, buffet? What is that 135K a year doing, buffet, to really? Like, no, I really applaud the people, like the old boys at St. John's that actually came out, buffet, but hey, buffet, no, we don't stand for this nonsense, buffet. This teacher must go, buffet. And some were even echoing that the headmaster must go, because how could he allow such a thing to happen, this Mr. Edie, buffet? How could he allow a teacher who was racist to a kid to continue teaching? How does this happen, buffet? South Africa, buffet. I don't know. I'm lost for words, buffet. I thank, Panyaza Nusuf, buffet. That guy is like a G, buffet. That is my Minister of Education right there, buffet. Schools must learn a lesson, buffet. It's always the kids that end up learning a lesson in these type of situations. The schools never. People like to separate themselves from institution. The school doesn't stand for this. Mara, who are the headmaster or who are person in charge who's allowing certain things to happen, who allows this certain code of conduct to continue to exist, buffet. Schools must be taught a lesson, buffet. To be it private, be it a government school, whatever, Model C, whatever, state-funded school, buffet. You must learn their lesson, buffet. This thing of it's like the kids, buffet. The thing is, the people at the receiving end of the stuff is the kids, buffet too. Be it, telling a black child that, this fade of yours, asitande, we don't like your braids, we don't like your natural hair, buffet too. It's the kid that's always gonna get this, buffet. I don't understand, or maybe we don't see it enough that schools and people in charge of schools are being reprimanded for the nonsense that they're doing. Buffet too, I think that was just my 2 cents on this whole St. John's thing, buffet too. Schools must just stop this nonsense, buffet. Stop nonsense, buffet. Why are you doing this to kids? It just does not make sense to me why kids are having to go through such the most buffet, especially as a black kid in a private school buffet. Hey guys, buffet people are just going through the most buffet, and it's the kids that get most of the stress buffet. So what do you guys think about the St. John's and the whole racism thing, and the teacher now being at least he resigned apparently resigned, now he's gone. That's the better part. What do you think about this? Tell me in the comments below, guys. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have, don't forget to like, comment, share, buffet too, and I'll see you in the next one. Sure.